What's going on, guys? Norm here in the Flavor Lab. We are cooking up some fish tacos today. So super simple, super easy. This is a recipe that I like to follow. It's really quick. There's nothing to it. Anybody can do it. You only need a few things. So what I do is I get the pre-made, pre-breaded cod or haddock. It's not quite a fish stick. It's like almost like a pub style. I know you'd ideally want to do this yourself, but for what you're getting, I mean, a lot of restaurants, you're going to get this in it anyways. So you can either fry it or bake it to whatever the specifications are on the product itself. I just grab a couple. So this is what we're talking about. So this one is already open. So here we have a piece of fish. You know, it's about 4 or 5 inches by about 2 inches. That's going to be perfect for a fish taco. We're going to grab a couple of those, put them on our baking sheet. Fire those into the oven or the deep fryer, whatever you want for the recommended time. I have a convection oven, which is similar to air frying. Gonna let that cook for about 20 minutes. When we get that in, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a pineapple jerk salsa and a spicy slaw. So first thing I'm gonna do is get these into the oven. Then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get to work on those. Now I'm gonna show you what else we need. Alright guys, now that we got the fish cooking, we're going to get out the rest of the stuff. So what we need, tortilla shells, the regular soft taco kind. We need a can of pineapple, pepper, green pepper, onion. Now, I use a little bit of this, Maritime Madness. It is their jerk from away Jamaican jerk seasoning sauce. It tastes very authentic Jamaican compared to the stuff that I've had brought back for me before. It is delightful. It's very hot. If you don't like heat, get lime juice and cilantro. And what you're going to do is we're going to toss our homemade salsa on that. I'm going to do it in this because I think the fish is going to marry nice with the pineapple and the jerk seasoning. Last, we want our coleslaw cabbage mix, and what I forgot is our spicy aioli that we did this exact same slaw for the turkey burgers. So we're going to do the same thing. So it's basically just a mix of coleslaw mix, jalapeno aioli, that's going to be that. The salsa is going to be pineapple, green pepper, onion, and our jerk sauce. So I'm going to get to chopping some of this stuff, and I'm going to come back in a minute. Alright guys, so what we got now is we have our mixture of vegetables here, which is our pineapple, green pepper, and our onion. All we're going to do is we're going to hit that with a shot of that jerk seasoning, get it about evenly coated, give that a little mix, and then we're just going to let that mellow out. If you don't like it this hot, I like spice, but if you don't, use cilantro. And what I buy is I buy these little cubes that you can get at Sobeys. It's basically just little frozen pieces of cilantro. You let it thaw for about 5 minutes, and you can mix it in with a little bit of lime juice. You're going to have a beautiful sweet salsa here. It's going to be lights out. So all we're doing right now is for ours. We have that mixed in. We're good to go. So now what we're going to do is the same thing as we did before when we made the spicy slaw. If you don't like heat, you don't have to use spicy aioli. If you do like heat, you can use it. If you don't want it, just use mayonnaise and maybe a little bit of vinegar or something. If you don't have the aioli like I have that I get at Costco, you can easily mix mayonnaise and a little bit of your favorite hot sauce. You could do more of the Jamaican jerk. I like a red hot sauce, like the Maritime Madness East Coast Wing and Caesar. All we're doing, getting a little bit of this aioli, into our slaw mix. Mix that up. You don't want it to be too mayo or aioli heavy because you're not going to get that crunch. If you let this sit for a little bit and it's got too much mayonnaise in it, you're not going to get that wicked crunch that you're looking for. So don't overdo it with the sauce here. All we're looking for, something like that. So We're gonna put that aside, we're gonna let that sit. Now all we have to do is wait for our fish tacos to finish, and then we're done. You can use cheese with this. I'm not going to. I like the freshness of the slaw and the salsa together. Lastly, when we come back, we're gonna toss these as soon as the fish comes out of the oven. We're gonna toss those in the oven for probably about 40 seconds. And all that's gonna do is that's gonna char up the outside a little bit. It's gonna give it a little bit of crisp, so you get a much better texture on these. If it wasn't minus a billion outside, I'd go outside and I'd toss these on the barbecue, but it's freezing and I don't wanna do that because it sucks. So we'll be back in a couple minutes when the fish comes out. We're gonna put this all together, we're gonna eat. All right, now guys, everything is ready to go. We just have to toast our tortillas. The fish is gonna come out in, well, it's 30 seconds. Let's just take it out now. All right, so you can see what we got is our nice crisped up fish. Again, that's one of the ones you just get in a box. It's just not like a fish stick. It's just, you know, random fish pieces. They're almost all like very similar shape. I find this works best for tacos instead of having to go through all that, doing the dredge and the breading and all that stuff on your own. It's a headache. So all we're gonna do now, we're gonna take our 2 tortillas. So this is what I was doing, was 2. This recipe will probably make a little bit more, so I'll probably have some tomorrow. But we're gonna take our 2 tortillas. We're gonna fire those into the oven. We're gonna give that about 30 seconds or so. And then we're gonna take that out. I'm just gonna stand here and stare at you. No, not really. So anyways, about 30 seconds is gonna go by, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that, we're gonna put those down, and we're gonna top it with our 2 condiments that we made. Again, I used about maybe a quarter to a half of a pepper, about a quarter of a red onion, a half can of pineapple. Now you can do fresh, but I'm just making this for myself, so I don't really need a whole pineapple. Maybe about a half a bag of that shredded cabbage. Now this, again, feeding 1 person, so this is a fair size meal for me. But yeah, you don't want to do too much or too little. Anyways. So we're gonna get the tortillas out. They're warm, they're starting to crisp up just a little tiny bit. Don't be afraid if you get the little pocket like that. That's gonna flatten out. So now all we're gonna do is we're gonna top these. Put your fish down. Then we're gonna take that nice pineapple jerk salsa that we made. You don't want to go too crazy with it because you still have to put the other stuff on. And we want to do a little bit of that slaw that we made. It's going to give this a really nice crunch. So this is what we're left with. Here's what we have here, boys. So that's our fish tacos. I'm gonna come around. Now this is what you're getting here. So you can see it has that nice slaw in there. You're gonna get that nice crispy bite. You're gonna get the salsa in there. It's gonna be delightful. That's legit. Yeah. You can feel the heat coming out of that jerk. Plays really nice with that slaw. This is delicious. This is in high rotation now. We're gonna get after this again. All right, guys, so again, Don't be going home hungry. Try the fish tacos. Let me know what you think.